Welcome to HR Resonance channel. I am Ram Navaratna from HR Resonance, HR consultant and trainer. Friends, by this time you might have visited my various videos on various topics. Today, in view of the changed situation, I thought I'll take you to the another topic, COVID-19, human resource loss, relief for employers. As you are aware, this corona spread has become worldwide because to contain that, government has taken various measures for the employer and the employees, and the government has declared lot of schemes. So in this connection, though benefits are given to the employees, particularly at a lower rung, what are the support given to the employers? Support and relief is very much required. So in this process, I want to highlight some of the benefits that are available to the employers. Now, the world is facing lot of economic problem. I mean, economic effects have arisen because of the COVID situation. Because of that, market down, and why market down? Market has already collapsed. So, to control this situation and to provide energy to the economy, injection of funds by the government to keep it alive, the working economy is essential. So, if left alone, this will have a far-reaching effects. So, because of the condition and the health situation, extended lockdown is also continuing, and due to this far-reaching effects on economy, particularly on the working class, one can see. So therefore, Government of India utilizing funds to the rescue of the stakeholders. So some of the relief measures that have been recently announced by the Government of India, let me take you to that. Try to see a summary of important relief measures initiated by the Indian government for the employers during COVID-19 period till now. So you are all aware, followed by Prime Minister's speech, Finance Minister made a press meet and declared various relief. Number one, the Finance Minister of India announced that the government shall pay 24% of the monthly wages of wage earners employed in various industries for the businesses having less than 100 workers and earning less than rupees 15,000 in their provident fund accounts for 3 months. And in pursuance of the same, the Employees Provident Fund Organization has also declared 24% contribution will include the Provident Fund contribution for the employee as well as the employer. So as you are aware, both it is a contributory in nature, both employer and employee share 12% each constitute 24%. So Provident Department has already acted in that. That is number one, major relief to the employer and the employees. The second one, reliefs to the BOC funds. BOC, as we say, Building and Other Construction Workers Act, what we say. The state governments and also the union territories. So they have been instructed by the Ministry of Labour and Employment to utilize the funds under the Building and Other Construction Workers Welfare Cess Act of 1996 as collected by the Labour Welfare Board, which currently has a corpus of Indian rupees 52,000 crores to provide relief to construction workers through direct benefit mode. So this is a second important measure, what we say, for particularly this unorganized sector. So also the another measure which is one can appreciate is the EPFO has allowed employees in certain notified areas to access a non-refundable advance from their individual respective provident fund accounts for 3 months basic wages and dearness allowance, or 75% of the amount available in the employee's account, whichever is less. I think, friends, this is a very good move, because even if we take the employee's salary as a 15,000 rupees, Subject to this condition, he will get 45,000 rupees out of his money. So at this juncture, so when the economy is down, for his livelihood or to meet out his important needs and requirements, this is really good measure with less hassles. So immediately after the announcement, after 10 days, we can see 1.37 lakh PF claims are settled. Due to lockdown atmosphere, hard hits to overcome the difficulties, this 1.37 lakh PF claims amounts to 279.65 crores, almost 280 crores disbursed to the PF members. It is really remarkable. Where KYCs are right, in less than 72 hours, action taken and money disbursed. This is really appreciated by one and all, thanks to the department. And also they made, as a part of the process, verification norms they made very easy. The EPFO has relaxed know your customer verification norms, allowing online verification, rectification, date of birth, Aadhaar, etc. Okay, very easy. So thereby, the process becomes very easy. So in this connection, Provident Fund has also to come to the aid of employers and employees, have released FAQs, frequently asked question, for both employers and employees in this regard, to understand and avail the benefits and to make the process very easy and reachable. So now, having seen the Provident Fund measures, the OC measures, let us see government has taken some of the steps in respect of ESI also, what we say, employee state insurance also. There also they have given some relief to the employer. So ESI has extended the date of statutory insurance contribution by the employers for February and March 2020 to April 15, 20 and May 15, 2020 respectively. This is one of the good move, at least for breathing, it will all really help. And also the ESI also allowed employers who did not file the relevant statutory contributions for their employees for the period April 2019 to September 2019 to file such a contribution until May 15, 2020. So this is also good relief and good to the employer, I can say. Further, one of the important benefit what we derive under ESI is ESI hospitals and the treatment. Now in the country, because of the COVID situation, major ESI hospitals are dedicated and converted to COVID-19 patients treatment across. So thereby during such period of ESI, non-COVID members, whether emergency or non-emergency services rendered through their tie-up hospitals, and for that ESI has made lot of simple measures, accessibility, etc. Thereby the treatment to the IPs will continue. That is really one of the good move we can say. Another factor which has come to the help of the employer is the Indian Ministry of Labour and Employment has extended the last date of filing unified annual returns under the 8 labour statutes and 10 central rules, allowing the employers to complete their filings until April 30, 2020 without any consequent penalty. In other words, they have given extension and there will be no penal action for the late submission. In the case, in respect of mines activity also, notices and returns, the Ministry of Labour and Employment has given relaxation to all employers in mines for submission of notices, returns and other forms required under the Mines Act 52 and rules and regulations there under for 1 month from the date of respective due dates for such a submission. This is also one of the relief we can say. Under this situation, because of the non-action of the economic activities, overall dull situation, lot of restrictions, lockdown situation, proprietors and business in labor intensive countries like India are already facing a lot of problems and struggling to meet their liabilities and obligations towards their workers, because government has requested to pay the salaries, look after the workers as far as possible in a good manner. So another measure out of this BOC funds is migrant crisis. In India, So lot of migrant workers are there, particularly in construction industries, road industries, in other areas. So migrant workers, as the name itself suggests, they migrate from various areas, and when the work is halted, their life become really pathetic. So in this connection also, government has taken extra precautions and measures to mitigate the problems of migrant workers who are currently without any jobs. So for them, daily food is given. In many places, shelter is provided, and medical facilities also in wherever it is required. That is all provided. Thus, care is taken. And also recently, Supreme Court has also said to particularly exercise due help for migrant workers since they are at difficulties. So another benefit for the employers, though not exactly related to the HR, CSR relief and benefits are also given to the industries. Government of India, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, by their general circulars on 10th April 2000 dated, eligibility of CSR expenditure related to COVID-19 activities are specified by way of question and answer. One of the question, whether contributions made to PM CARES Fund shall qualify as CSR expenditure. The answer is, contribution made to PM CARES Fund shall qualify as CSR expenditure under the respective provision of the law. So because many of the employers, as we could see, they have come forward to donate to this fund, which is a good measure. Second question, whether contribution made to State Disaster Management Authority shall qualify as CSR expenditure. The answer is, contribution made to State Disaster Management Authority to combat COVID-19 shall qualify as CSR expenditure. The next question is, whether spending of CSR funds for COVID-19 related activities shall qualify as CSR expenditure. Ministry, via their general circulars dated 23rd March, has clarified that spending CSR funds for COVID-19 related activities shall qualify as CSR expenditure. So these way, companies are benefited. Funds may be spent for various activities related to COVID-19 under item numbers 1 and 12 of Schedule 7 relating to promotion of healthcare, including preventive healthcare and sanitation and disaster management, are also allowed under CSR activities. So these are all some of the good measures under CSR benefit to the employers. Whether payment of ex gratia to temporary, casual, daily wage workers shall qualify as CSR expenditure, because at this juncture, a lot of employers are also helping and taking care in innumerable ways. The answer is, any ex gratia payment is made to temporary, casual workers, daily wage workers, over and above of the disbursement of wages, specifically for the purpose of fighting COVID-19. Same shall be admissible towards CSR expenditure as one-time exception subject to certain declaration. So it should really motivate the employers to help these cadre. Another measure, of course, though it is not directly related, many of the employees, naturally the employers also, because of that, government provided relief to pay certain EMIs like housing loan, postponement for 3 months, thus saving the plight for non-receipt or non-generation of income during this time. In fact, this has helped to so many employees, thereby indirectly employers' problem can also mitigate. And another measure which will help really the employees and also which will have a direct impact on the employer, NPS Authority of India informed that for the members who hit due to lockdown are going to be permitted to withdraw partial pension amount. There are about 1.35 crores members can partial withdraw, while there are 3.46 crores members under this scheme. However, it is clarified that this is not going to be applicable to Atal Yojana, where members are 2.11 crores. Anyway, this is general information. And also there is a move and request by few stakeholders. Anyway, this is general, but nowhere it is reflected, but it is from some of the stakeholders seeking certain percentage of wages as subsistence to ESI members for 3 months, since good fund lies in ESI, which will help in this lockdown period where workers are affected, if they get this relief under this ESI, employers will be relieved. This is one of the thinking is going on from some of the stakeholders. This will really mitigate the plight of the workers, thereby directly and indirectly help to the employers. This is a move, but right now there is no any clarity on this, but right now it is a question mark. But if possible, government can think about this. However, though government has taken immediately these steps, whatever may, this is a good step, one can say, from the employers and employees point of view. So good number of employers are also benefited because of the 24% contribution which will save them, and the employees also, to meet out their plight, they can get 3 months wages which can really sustain and mitigate their problems. But if the government really wants to employers to comply with its advisories and notifications, restricting employers from terminating workers or reducing their wages, the government need to rise up to the challenge. This is the time for innovative relief measures that have a direct and positive impact upon employers, particularly small and medium type of employers and entrepreneurs. Still, government has to come out with a lot of measures to the aid of employers, which will go in the long run and that can mitigate the employers' problem. If the employers are good and comfortable, then they can render support to their workmen, which are in large number, which will balance the situation. However, still one has to wait for what are all the other measures that they have come, because everybody is in a bad shape now. Only time has to provide the answer and problem should heal. Friends, these are all some of the measures that have come to the rescue of employers in this crisis time. Still we have to wait for some more benefits which may come shortly. Let us be positive about that. Friends, if you are liking this, please subscribe to this video and look for more and more useful videos in the days to come. Thank you very much. Good day.